This is our third stage, technically stage 2 of the match, our third stage. This is a very unusual stage. This window prop will be leaning to the left for right-handed shooters and to the right for the other, will be leaning to the left for right-handed shooters and to the right for left-handed shooters. How many lefties do we have here that shoot left-handed rifle? You three will be shooting first on this stage today because of how we have the window set up. Shooter will start laying chest down on the window prop with their ankles over the high edge. Handgun staged on ground, condition 3, magazine inserted, side closed, on an empty chamber, below their feet next to this tire. Rifle will be staged in front of the shooter on the ground, loaded and on, safe. At buzzer, shooter will acquire the rifle and engage each static steel rifle target with 2 hits each. No double taps from this awkward position. All shooting will be done while laying on the window, using their support shoulder and support hand to fire the rifle. 2 hands can be used, but the rifle will be fired from the support side only. Shooter will then place the rifle on safe, grounded on the ground, safely pointed downrange. Shooter will crawl through the window, acquire their pistol, chamber around, and neutralize all knockdown pistol targets from prone only. Anything less than 6 rifle hits will be scored as a miss. Any knockdown targets remaining will be scored as a miss. Any rifle hits that are a result of a double tap will not be considered a hit. Important.
Yeah.
Oh, stopping up. It's Viper WWSD.
It's on the ground, just stage on the ground.
Yeah, or on the prop, leaning on the ground, whatever. That's fine. Right there's like that's fine. Try to get that drop. That's right. You never have too much ammo. Come up with this. Red dot would be nice. I have no idea what's up with my sight. All right, we just finished stage 3.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. So this is one of those awkward things I think you're only ever going to see at a 2-gun match, where you were literally hanging off of a window support side only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as far as having a setup to test the eye box of using a variable scope as a red dot, it doesn't get a whole lot more thorough than upside down, weak side in armor.
I didn't even have this in my shoulder.
Neither did I.
I was holding the gun only by hand strength, looking down the scope, trying to find the triangle and get hits.
That's exactly what I was doing. I, in fact, hit myself in the glasses about every other shot.
Which, by the way, is something you can do with 5.56 and 5.45, but not with 308.
Exactly, yeah.
Which is another benefit of a light recoiling intermediate cartridge.
Yep.
However, you got your hits, I got my hits, both from support side. We did turn the window so that it was fair. Then you crawled underneath and did the pistol.
Yeah, my pistol was horrible.
Okay.
What's interesting to me is I always have trouble with prone pistol. I seriously expect I could have shaved 10 or 20 seconds off of that if I'd shot it standing. instead of prone.
That's one of those funny things. I have the same problem with standard rifle kneeling. Standard rifle kneeling should provide more accuracy, and I literally do worse. I'm much better off just going to both knees. There's certain weird things that just idiosyncrasies about what you need to learn about your shooting capabilities and adapt and overcome the best you can.
Yeah.
Now, on that stage, we specifically said you had to shoot prone pistol, so you had to shoot prone pistol.
Yep.
Did you consider trying to rest it on the tire or on the ground?
Yes, and deliberately did not, because
Okay.
I have the worst luck when I actually rest a pistol on a barricade.
Interesting.
I've tried that at a bunch of previous matches, and it always causes me issues.
So back to the scopes, which is what we're here to talk about.
Yeah.
You had the dot on?
Yep.
And you were at 1x.
Yes.
How was finding that dot for what you needed to do in that extraordinarily awkward position?
Not hard.
Really?
Yeah, it really wasn't.
So the eye box at 1x is pretty friendly.
It's good enough.
Good
Yeah.
enough. Not as good as a real red dot.
No, obviously not as good. The advantage of a true red dot is that there is no eye relief. All you have to do is be able to have a line that goes from the target to your eyeball and goes through the glass of the red dot.
With a real red dot, if you see the dot, you can shoot it.
Exactly. And you can see the dot from any angle as long as you can see through the thing.
Literally, the dot could be over here, and it generally doesn't matter enough to not get a hit.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing I did with this is if we hadn't been doing weird positions, I might have bumped this up to 2 power just to have a little closer view of the targets. I deliberately left it all the way down at 1 to have the most possible leeway for positioning my head.
The eye box on this 1-4 Accupoint was actually really forgiving.
Okay.
And finding that big red triangle was real easy.
Yeah.
So I would have to say, once again, if you were looking for something that was not a dedicated red dot, I'm going to go ahead and now triple down on this scope being a very good option for close to medium range.
Yeah, I think that excels close, where this isn't quite so good close, but it's pretty darn good, and it gives you benefits farther away.
I'm real happy with this at this point. So it's interesting that we really have 2 different options at this point for the 14.5-inch carbine,
Yeah.
depending on what you want to do with the gun.
Right.
And I think we'll get more to that in conclusion.
Yeah.
But really, we both did very well. What was your time?
Mine was 87 seconds. Yours was 43.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, you cheated somehow.
I probably cheated.
Space
Maybe it was a
magic.
space-time wormhole thing.
Something. Yeah.
Anyways, we both finished. Most
Yeah.
people are parring out. We did not.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it.
So we got one more stage to go. That one's rifle only, and then we'll have some conclusions. Stay tuned. All right. You never have too much ammo. I have no idea what's up with my sight.
Good. Yes, get